I mean, you beat him up for that, it don't count. You understand me? So it's not that. I'm not saying Floyd's not a great fighter, but I can't put him ahead of guys who have crossed the line like that. When you have I put you in with an equal opposition. Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think you would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off? Sugar is a dog. People don't, just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing.
He's been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
Roy Jones Jr. publicly called out Floyd Mayweather, leaving Stephen A. Smith visibly surprised. Roy argued that while Floyd's record appears impressive, it's built on fights against opponents who were no longer in their prime. He believes Mayweather never truly tested himself against someone with real power or danger. In Roy's view, Floyd's career was more about playing it safe than proving he was the best in the ring.
Mayweather. I don't know what's going on with him. Sugar Ray Leonard said himself he thought he would beat him. The reason I tell people I thought Sugar would beat him is because when you mention great fighters, right? 90% of your great fighters are black. The ones from the past. Now, some block coming on like they always gonna be some great ones coming on now. Even with Lil Tony, as you see it, these guys are gonna be great. They're gonna start eclipsing them and coming up there. But right now, if you had to name 5 of the best fighters of all time, 4 of them gonna be black. You understand me? Who did he beat that was black in his prime, that was in their prime, that was on his level? Nobody. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Marvin Hagler. I mean, that's twice. Roberto Duran, who would be one of the other people on that pound list. He beat guys that were Floyd Mayweather Sr. He beat guys that were at their prime, no matter what color they were. He beat all of them at their prime. Him and Tammy fought when they both had O's. Not when Tammy got beat by Ari and Barkley. That's too late to beat Tammy. If you beat him up for that, it don't count. You understand me? So it's not that. I'm not saying Floyd's not a great fighter, but I can't put him ahead of guys who have crossed the line like that. When you have I put you in with a equal opposition, now some judge say, hey, you did that, you go on that line. But Terrence Crawford was there all these years, never fought. You fought Canelo, who was way younger than Crawford, 3 years younger than Crawford. But Crawford was there too, but you never called Crawford's name.
Was there like some sort of tensions and beef between you? Or?
He got mad because I said this on All the Smoke. He started put up some video of him watching some of the fights I had in my little career where I got knocked out. You know, he said, look at the highlights. Yeah, you know, they make the highlights, but those highlights probably more exciting than your highlights. Feel me? But you know, when you play with me, I'm not ducking and dodging nothing still. My name's still Roy Jones Jr. I don't care. I'll get in shape right now for anybody. Running ain't my game. I never duck and dodge. I'm not that guy.
Do you think he'll fight you?
I don't know if he will. I'm wide open for it. So let's go.
And on that note, always a pleasure, my man.
As Stephen A. Smith praises Floyd Mayweather's greatness, he recalls one of Floyd's most remarkable moments, the night he fought a young, powerful Canelo Alvarez. Smith highlights how Mayweather, despite entering that fight with an injured hand, something most fighters wouldn't risk, still managed to dominate with skill, composure, and ring IQ. To Smith, this fight exemplifies Floyd's exceptional talent and why he's considered one of the all-time greats, even with the injury.
Mayweather looks me in my face and he says, I'm gonna take him out about the 8th or 9th round. And I said, your hands are always broken. You ain't known for your punching power since you moved up from lightweight to welterweight. Why are you so sure you're gonna do this? He says, Stephen A., he's a UFC fighter. He said, and he's a striker. He's accustomed to coming at you and throwing punches. What he's not accustomed to doing is punching while he's throwing backwards, while he's moving backwards, pushing you off of him. He says, I'm gonna walk right into and stay at his chest. He's gonna have to push me off in order to throw his punches. He said he's gonna be circling the ring. He said by around 4 or 5, he's not gonna have any legs. He's gonna be done. And he said, and I'll just toy with him and keep him around until around the 8th or the 9th round. And that is exactly what Floyd Money Mayweather did. Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history, he's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Look at it, these exhibitions and all of that stuff. That little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
Roy Jones Jr. doesn't just question Floyd Mayweather's greatness. He challenges its foundation. Roy believes Mayweather's 50-0 record is more about protection than perfection. He argues that Floyd achieved his undefeated status mainly by avoiding the most dangerous opponents in their prime, relying on clever matchmaking and timing rather than taking real risks. For Roy, true greatness involves walking through fire and facing adversity head-on. He urges fans to see beyond the polished image and recognize the cracks in Floyd's legacy.
Even at this age, who's better? Let's do it. We don't got to do subliminal. Roy Jones, 56 years of age, right? If you don't know, Roy Jones, who 66 wins, 10 losses, no draw, 47 wins by way of knockout. He was knocked out 5 times in his career. Stands at 5'11" with a 74-inch arm reach. Roy Jones was asked a few times, particularly he did an interview with another Hall of Famer, an Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion retired, Andre S.O.G. Ward. And Roy Jones was asked about, what his thoughts is of Floyd Mayweather. He's always been very outspoken when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. He's never kept it a secret. He don't value Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather made a statement about Roy Jones, icon, right? A guy he looked up to, the GOAT that many people believe, Muhammad Ali. When Floyd Mayweather made the comments that Muhammad Ali is not better than him, that he's better than Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones didn't take that too light. Roy Jones was not happy with it. He said, how you going to say you better than the GOAT? How you going to say you better than somebody that paved the way for us all? How you going to say, that you could beat Muhammad Ali? You're a small guy. You understand what I'm saying? And rightfully so, I get it. But Roy Jones, got to understand, everybody's mindset ain't his mindset, right? Everybody don't have the same mindset. Everybody's not looking at it the same way, right? Floyd Mayweather always says this. It is no disrespect to no other fighter, but I ain't getting the sport of boxing to say no fighter is better than me. And he ain't supposed to, right? You get in this, yeah, you have idols, you have icons, you have people that pave the way that you look up to, but you get in it to be better than them, right? It's just like being a parent, right? You want your kids to be better than you, not equal to you, not on the same level, but you want them to be better than you. And that's how Floyd Mayweather look at it. Yeah, Muhammad Ali paved the way. Yes, he's great, but guess what? I ain't getting in this sport for to say somebody's better than me. Now, where Floyd Mayweather went a little sideways to the people when Muhammad Ali's kids and family got involved, his daughter Layla Ali, they wasn't happy, and then Floyd said...
As Roy Jones Jr. continues to speak out, more fans and analysts are starting to understand his perspective. Roy isn't speaking out of bitterness but from experience, having competed at the highest level himself. In his prime, Roy was fast, powerful, creative, and nearly untouchable, often taking on real danger with flair. His career was filled with moments of brilliance that showcased his willingness to face tough challenges, giving weight to his criticisms of Floyd's cautious approach.
Roy Jones Jr. is telling the truth about Floyd Mayweather Jr. finally, as the two of these incredible fighters have been going back and forth in the media, trading barbs, trading insults. But as people listen and look, one thing that stands out to me is that you guys must have really forgotten how great a fighter Roy Jones Jr. was at his peak. When you look at Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s whole career, you see a perfect career, incredible fights, no losses. But what you won't see is any time in his career where he was as good and as dominant at his peak as Roy Jones Jr. was. Roy Jones Jr. was one of the best fighters, pound for pound, #1 fighter in the sport of boxing for over a decade, and he deserves respect for that. Now, specifically about what Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to say and the insult that he had about Muhammad Ali, that's what is at the root of Roy Jones Jr.'s problem with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Because Floyd Mayweather Jr., despite how great he is absolutely positively an egomaniac, seemingly incapable of giving other people their credit. If you can't give credit to Muhammad Ali as being one of the top 5 fighters of your lifetime, Floyd, stop. You know full well that he is a better fighter than Roberto Duran and that you are just being petty and insulting about the man. And I applaud Roy Jones Jr. for checking Floyd Mayweather on that. And he isn't the first person to check Floyd about that. Mike Tyson said the same thing. Floyd is just an incredibly gifted person in the ring, but outside the ring, I think it's kind of hard to find anybody that's a bigger jackass than Floyd Mayweather.
Clarissa Shields, a decorated Olympic gold medalist and one of today's most respected boxers, has entered the debate between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. She believes the only way to settle this is with an official fight. While acknowledging Floyd's accomplishments, Clarissa questions how much they truly mean without facing a serious challenge. She argues that a bout against Roy, who has proven himself across multiple weight classes, would finally reveal whether Floyd's greatness is fully earned. For her, action speaks louder than reputation.
The back and forth with Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. I don't like the debate. To me, they're legendary, they're Hall of Famers. But I don't understand this beef. I mean, what do you think about it overall?
Beef is beef, man. Smoke is smoke. Yeah, man, I don't know why everybody act like they're so shocked. This is who I don't like. Hell, beef is beef, man. And everybody got their egos, and Floyd posted that story where he showed Roy Jones getting knocked out, and then Roy said what he said, and it was like, now it's beef. So, hey, best way to handle beef is to fight.
That's what Carmen said. Let him fight. Let him fight.
Hey,
An exhibition of that.
all my beef. Let us fight, goddammit. Fight somebody.
So if I had to bet the house, who would I bet on? Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr. if that fight actually did happen?
I have seen Mayweather train, and I was in Dubai with him on one of his exhibition fights. And I say that Mayweather can come back and fight professional against some of the best men in the world right now.
The potential Floyd Mayweather versus Roy Jones Jr. clash has ignited the boxing world. It's not just casual fans talking, it's hardcore analysts, champions, and sports media weighing in. The debate centers on legacy, truth, and who truly embodies greatness in boxing. Supporters of Mayweather point to his clean record, ring IQ, and defensive mastery, while critics laud Roy as the more naturally gifted fighter, someone who was unafraid to experiment, fight bigger opponents, and leave it all in the ring. Every prediction, theory, and opinion adds fuel to the growing buzz.
I heard all about it. I saw Roy Jones call out Floyd Mayweather after Floyd Mayweather's subliminal disses. I saw it. You guys are hitting me up repeatedly. Showbiz, who do you have if Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather were to fight? And, I must say, Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me love. His son, his family. Look, Tim T has always shown love, bro. They have kept it a bean. I just never really been able to connect with Roy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him a few times. But I'm going with Floyd on this one, man.
Floyd Mayweather is no stranger to taunts, but this time Roy Jones Jr. took it a step further. Roy didn't just brush off Floyd's jabs, he fired back with clear intent. He's demanding a real fight under legitimate rules, no exhibition, no gimmicks. Roy wants to put his legacy on the line, challenging Floyd to forget the showbiz and meet him in the ring for a true test of skill, heart, and courage. It's a call for a fight that's about respect, not headlines.